everybody. Welcome in to this week's Self-Care Saturday energy update and healing and aligning biofeedback frequencies. So, welcome in. It's good to have you guys here. I'm Katie Steinle, founder of Discover Your Design, and I'm a holistic guide that will encourage your soul path development so I can help you remember who you truly are and who you came here to be through the lens of human design. And once we get down to your genetics and what you've got both subconsciously and consciously, we can activate and harmonize anywhere that you are out of balance with that through healing biofeedback work. So this is life-changing stuff, guys. So give yourself a pat on the back for taking the time out to be here today, because each time you tune in and become aware of where we are being subtly influenced and what is going to be illuminated in our field, this coming week, the more that you can clear the space and open up to get into the flow of that energy. So you can move through your week with grace and ease, or at least, the best way. You can know you did, what you needed to do to have the highest level expression of the experience. So with that said, let's get into it. Let's start with the energy update. We, like I said, always look through the lens of human design. So I focus on what energy the sun and the earth, those are the two planets that influence us as humans the most, are in and moving through, and how they are going to create opportunities in your life this week. So we'll start with the sun. The sun it just moved into the 57th gate, which is all about our intuition. So you might notice, this weekend and moving into next week, if you really tune in, this is a great opportunity if you're not really already connected and dialed into using your intuitive abilities as guidance. This is a really good time to set the intention that you are going to work on that, because you've already got the support of the planetary influences in the background frequency working with you. And so when we talk about intuition, we're not talking about some crazy voodoo witchcrafty thing. It's a very natural sense that we have as human beings, and that we have always had. And you watch animals, and they are so tied into their survival instincts, and just really being in the present moment and tuning into any sensory information that they are getting at any given time. They're not necessarily going into their brains on a decision and going, should I do that or not? And your brain's going to go, it's a computer, so it's going to go, let me look at all the past times that you've tried to do this thing. Nope, it didn't work out most of the time, so nope, don't do it, even if it could really lead to a breakthrough for you. Or it can future trip and go, way out into the future. And I don't know, that's unknown territory, and kind of talk you in and out of everything. But if you really learn to clear space and to be able to tap into like your gut instinct, you've heard that, trust your gut, that's a great place to start, because that's present in everybody. And we've all been in those situations where you meet somebody and just right away you get knot in your stomach. You're just like, I don't have a good vibe about this person. And how many times do you really listen to that? So this week, let's get clear on that. We'll do some aligning biofeedback that'll help open this up within you. And it's not just your gut instinct. I mean, it's really about your body, trusting that your body houses your soul. And so your body knows the way. And what's cool about human design is that's one of the things it does, is it teaches you where your intuition lies in your body, because it's different for all of us, for me, I pick it up. I'm a projector. I'm a mental projector. So I'm very open. So I'm picking it up in a lot of different energetic ways, the information that's coming in. Whereas like somebody that is a generator energy type in human design, they are very dialed into they're trusting their gut, and their gut is going to speak very loud and very clear to them if you let it, if you don't just blow it off and repress it and then shut it off. So your body can provide the insight and wisdom you need. So just take a moment right now to kind of like think about maybe a time in your life where, say you are pulling out of, your street, to go to work, and you always go right. And for some reason, one morning you got this little subtle whisper, because that's how your intuition speaks. It speaks usually quietly, and it speaks once. It's not something that's going to just be over and over and over again in your head. And that it might just that day say, you should go left today. And then you go, why would I go left? I always go right. It's going to take me twice as long to go left. Like, what is that about? And you go right. And then sure enough, like you end up in major traffic because there was an accident and you're an hour late to work, and you're thinking, you know what? I should have listened to myself when I heard go right or go left. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to confuse you there. But yeah, that's just like a perfect example. So, just trust that the clearer that you can make your space, and the more that you can open yourself up to just experimenting with that, all that is you tapping into your higher self. And it's all about just trusting that there is, more than just you here, right? There's a power greater than you, and it's here to offer you love and guidance. And so why not take advantage of that? And we also look at the earth, what the earth is doing, because that's going to help us understand how we're taking that, the sun's energy of intuition, and we're grounding that into our actual physical world and our reality. And so this week, the earth is moving through the 51st gate, and it's called the arousing. It's also called the gate of shock. And, I don't have to tell you guys, like right now, I think we would all agree the world is full of, it's fear, it's hysteria. People are completely in shock. Our nervous systems are just tapped out. We are emotionally exhausted. It's just acknowledging that, yeah, we're in this space. And I'm not going to lie to you. It's not like I can tell you in a Pollyanna way, like, oh, tomorrow, or, once it moves through the gate of shock, like everything's just going to be rosy. No, this is about acknowledging that this is where you are at. And yes, there is chaos, there's turmoil, like it seems like everywhere you look. But at the same time, when you look at a hurricane, there is the eye of that storm. There is that still point in the chaos. And so for you, this is all about tapping into the only thing that is consistent. There's always, something going on somewhere or what have you. Change, is an inevitable thing. But the one consistent, constant thing is love when you really think about it at your core. So it's about knowing that you can control your level of emotional attachment to what's happening all around you, in the hurricane. Or you can go within and tap into that still point, the eye of the storm, the ability to be still and not emotionally charged and attached to what's going on around you. To just knowing that if you protect yourself and you stay in a state of love, which is basically, connecting in to a higher power and trusting that, the 51st gate really is ultimately about courage and trust. And it's the courage to know that you are going to be okay. You are going to be safe in the moment that you're in. Don't think about tomorrow. If you are, feeling overwhelmed, you don't think about the past. You think about right here and right now. Am I safe in this moment? If you are, then you are okay. And you are not alone. Like, you are never truly alone, because ultimately what these shocking events do, the arousing, is the arousing within us that gives us that courage and that trust to know this is being divinely guided. This is unfolding for all of our best and highest good, no matter what it looks like. It looks like chaos right now because we are in the middle of it. And one of my favorite quotes is from Steve Jobs. He said, "You can never connect the dots looking forward. You can only do that looking past." And it's true. It's like, no matter, I could have all of this information, this human design information. You can come to me on your birthday, and I can calculate out, really all the lessons, all the things that are going to come into your path in that given year. So on one hand, you think, like, is everything predetermined? But it's not, because we all have free will, and we all have the ability in any given moment to make a choice. And you can make a choice that keeps you aligned with your true innate true self, who you came into in a pure state in this world the moment you were born. Or you can make choices in each moment that take you further and further away from that place. And that's where you feel out of alignment, exhausted, frustrated, all of that. I talked about moving, through your life in a state of flow, in a state of grace, in a state of ease. That does not necessarily mean your life is just going to be rainbows and butterflies, but it's just it's having that state of peace, that stillness within your heart that knows, I've got the courage to get through this, because I am not truly alone, and I'm trusting in a higher power and a higher source. And so I just wanted to take some time when we move into this biofeedback, to really, let's work on opening our energy fields and our heart space. We think so much of who we are comes from our mental capacities, but when you look electromagnetically, the heart gives off far more. I mean, I don't know off the top of my head, but it's like 50 times stronger electromagnetic energy than the brain. And the heart, again, is tapping into that universal, frequency of love. And it is going to be so much more powerful in getting you through anything than your mind ever will be. So with that said, I always like to share with you what frequencies, we are tuning into with the biofeedback work, so that when we do go into this meditation, you at least know, what you're receiving, what to open your mind to, where to put your focus on, if you will. So let me just run through it. I entrained frequency for the affirmation of, I let my intuition be my guide. And I, since we're emotionally overwhelmed, I am balancing out a lot of our unhealthy emotions, anxiety, depression, hatred, frustration, anger, hysteria, loneliness. Because if we can bring them more into balance, then we can tap into that powerful heart energy even better. Let's see. So Bach flower essences of rock rose, star of Bethlehem, and rescue remedy. They are amazing for dealing with shock and calming that down, and just helping support us in that area. And then as far as the chakras, or if you aren't familiar with chakras, they're basically, we have different energy hubs within our systems, and we will be focusing on opening up the heart chakra and our third eye chakra, which is associated with the pineal gland, and that is our main source of intuitive information. And then solfeggio tones, the 741 hertz frequency works with awakening intuition. The 528 frequency has to do with transformation and miracles. let's call them in. And also included some theta brainwave energy. For theta is a beautiful brainwave state that's where we increase our intuition, and you can decrease your stress and anxiety. It's that place, that brainwave state that allows you to access your unconscious mind so that you can reprogram your mind with new beliefs. So this is going to be a really high level activation for you guys. Also included essential oils of frankincense. Frankincense is like my go-to number one essential oil if you want to tap into and open up the connection with your higher self. You probably have heard of frankincense from the wise men in the Bible. There's no mistake why that was one of the oils that they were giving to Jesus. It's this very high level frequency oil. And rose is actually the highest vibrating, resonating plant on our earth. So no wonder it's associated with love. So included rose so that we can resonate with love and beauty and all that is within us. So let's sit back and let's do the work. Let's talk about getting into that still point. So just start by taking some nice, deep letting go breaths. Just letting go of all the struggle, all the overwhelm this week, any anxiety, any fear. It's okay. You are not alone. We are all feeling it. And all it takes is one or two of us to shift today into that frequency of love that resonates so much higher than the frequency of fear. And then we go out and we interact with 20 people, and then they go out, and next thing you know, that's how you shift out of these crazy times that we're in. It's just one by one of us each making a difference. So with that said, just feel your feet firmly on the ground, feeling yourself starting to ground into the earth, and just opening up your heart, relaxing that space, calling back your power anywhere that you've left it this week, anywhere that you've scattered your energy, calling that back into your heart, the most powerful electromagnetic point in your being. And just really see the light, that creative spark that is you, just really coming online and coming alive. Feel it radiating out in 360 degrees. Just feel your energy field expanding and relaxing. And on this next exhale, just start to drop that beautiful spark of light down your torso, down through your legs, through your feet, effortlessly moving into the layers of the earth, feeling that magnetic, gentle pull towards the crystalline quartz core of the earth. Feel yourself plugging your light into this beautiful crystalline core. Start to acclimate with that energy that is unconditional love. It is the mother. We call this planet Mother Earth for a reason. It's because this is who holds us. This is who helps you feel secure and stable when you're shaky on your feet. It gives you the nourishment, just like it gives to the roots of trees. It gives you all the nourishment that you need, everything you need to sustain and to grow. It protects you. And just start to really tap into that energy and start to pull that energy back up the column that you've created. What color is that energy to you? What does the perfection of the core of the earth look like to you? What does it sound like to you? Start to bring this alive within your physical being, within your energy field. And on this next inhale, let's start to just move that up and out the crown of our head. Feel that revitalizing energy shooting past the moon, past the sun, past all the stars in our galaxy, breaking through that barrier of your subconscious knowing, moving into the unconscious field. the source of all creative thought and infinite possibility. This is where the geniuses of our time have all tapped into to get downloads, to get insight, to get new and beneficial information that you can ground into your physical world and create real change in your life. And as you start to bring this electrical information back down into your field, mixing with that earth energy, really feeling yourself come alive and online, just relax and take in these subtle frequencies. ahead and take a couple more nice deep breaths before you open your eyes. Just giving all of those frequencies a moment to settle in and adjust and shift where they need to shift. And then come on back. I'd love to hear how you felt that, if you felt that in your body at all, because I definitely felt something shifting and opening myself. So if you didn't, that's okay. But if you did, please leave a message in the comments. It's always wonderful to know how much this work actually, heals and affects everybody out there in my community. So I thank you guys so much for watching this, and please subscribe to help us build and grow. Please share this out to anybody that you know that would benefit from this healing work, because there's no reason that anybody should have to feel like they're going it alone right now. This is definitely a time to be within a community, hold hands, and lean on each other, and know that the more tools we can put like this in our tool belt, and the more we can increase our level of awareness, the better we will weather the storm, the better we will get through this, and we will get through this together and grow together from it. So I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I'll put just the meditation part back on YouTube tomorrow in case you want to come back as many times as you need to recalibrate with the biofeedback frequencies and to open up your intuition and up level. So why not? Take advantage of it. You guys take care, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.